Hey guys, welcome back to World Mechanics. Today we're going to show you how to replace the engine mounts on Mercedes ML. That's the we're working on ML430, but it will be the same for the 320 and most of them 350 and 500. This is the w163. Right here we got two engine mounts, both of them I think left and right, they're identical, same mount. So we purchased two of them. You can get them on eBay for about $38–39 a piece, free shipping to your home. And they're good quality. We used them in the past on another ML and we put about 100,000 miles and they were great. So stay with us to see how we're going to do that. Don't forget to subscribe for about a new video every day. Okay, first thing that we'll need to do, we'll need to remove the airbox to access the passenger side engine mount. So what we need to do, we need to unclip this one right here, all the clips. There is one on the bottom of this one, just the same way. And now we need to do the ones on the lid for the filter, for the air filter. So you have a few clips there, two on this side, one right here, I think two on the back, and one on the other side. And now you should be able to pull the lid out of there. It might be stuck if it hasn't been removed. And now we need to pull the air filter out so we don't damage it, unless you're planning on replacing it anyways, and this one is pretty dirty. So now what we need to do, we need to pull that the bottom part of the airbox so we have more room to work on and access the engine mount. So you just pull up, it has a few rubber guides that it goes in, like bushings. So you need to grab it good and pull it until you hear it clicking and coming out of the spot. I'm going to show you where exactly they're located once we remove it. Okay. And this hose, you need to just wiggle it out of there. Okay, this is it. As you can see, those are the rubber bushings right here. And now we can access the engine mount. It's down here and we have more room to work on. Okay guys, now we go to the driver's side of the vehicle. We need to take the tire off, and now right here we need to remove the fender liner. So you need to use a 10mm socket, and as you can see right there, there is two nuts, one right here and on the front as well, but ours is missing there, and one on top that's missing as well right here. So by removing the fender liner, we'll be able to access the driver's side engine mount better, because it's very limited room, as you can see right here. And we need to do both of them at the same time, left and right, so we can jack the engine up and actually put the mounts there. Otherwise we will not be able to get enough clearance. And you just pull it out of there. Sometimes they get stuck pretty bad, especially if it's winter time. They get really cold and they're not so flexible. Okay, and you just pull it out. Eventually it'll come out. Okay, you can see it right there, so you can see where all the bolts are. And guys, you can see the engine now right here. And we have one metal plate that we need to remove, this one right here, so we can access the engine mount. Okay, that metal shield right here, two bolts with 10mm socket and two nuts, one there and one right there. So just remove all four of them. Okay, you can see they're pretty easy to access. And we're doing it because some people actually remove the power steering pump and the AC compressor to access the engine mount, but that's really all about it guys, and we'll try to do it without putting too much work into it. Okay, and this is the last one. Don't drop them, we dropped one, so now we need to start looking for it. Also there is right there, if you remove that bolt, you'll be able to remove that piece as well, so that gives you more clearance to work on things. Okay, just get it out of there. And now the other one, it's a little bit more complicated. There is a third nut that we forgot to mention guys, we just saw that. So it's right there. Just remove that one. And now the metal shield should come out of there. It's in the bolt, so you need to pull out and then up. And one person on top can pull it, grab it and pull it out like that. Okay, now we are going to go to the passenger side, and we'll do the passenger side first because it's easier and we can demonstrate. You guys, we need to do both of them at the same time, so we're going to loosen with a 16mm socket. We're going to loosen these two nuts actually right there. Okay. Just take them off all the way. You can see where it is located. Right there. Trying to do the best we can to show you as much as we can, guys. Pretty limited room. Okay, now we need to go on the top, and right there is another with 18mm socket. Okay, this one right there. So with a ratchet and socket itself, like that, you can get it. Okay, that's the 18mm, and you can turn a little bit at a time. You need to put the ratchet pointing towards the back. Usually those are not very tight unless there is a lot of corrosion. Okay, and just take the nut off all the way. Okay, we got it loose, it's almost all the way out, and one metal plate will come out as well. Okay, nut, and now this is the metal plate right there. You need to just, there is a washer, make sure that you don't drop the washer. Okay, that's the washer. And now just leave that plate out of the way as well, that shield right here. Okay guys, and now we're on the driver's side, so we can loosen the driver's side mount, and right here underneath the vehicle, again, these two nuts that we need to remove. Very limited room, guys, trying to show you. You can see the frame here, the CV axle, so remove both of them. Okay, and the other nut, you can just take it like that from an angle. Okay, you can see right there with the, I don't know what you call that thing, swivel extension, something like that. And you just take the nut off all the way. Okay. Alright guys, what we need to use next, it's really convenient. It's a box wrench like that, 18mm, as you can see. And now you can access the nut for the engine mount through here without removing the AC compressor or the power steering pump. And you just feel it, it's right there, okay? And you just take it off. It's not very tight, so you should be able to take it off that way. Alright guys, and at the end you can just unscrew it by hand, it gets easy. Unless you have really, again, corrosion build up there. Okay, it's hard to show you guys. Okay, you can see the nut right there now because it's almost out. Okay, then we took it off. This is the nut. Okay, lock nut. And now you need to remove the metal shield on top of it by just pulling up through the hole, the bolt, and you just slide it out of there. Okay, this one, it goes like that. Alright guys, next thing that you need to do, you need to have the jack underneath, and you have to have the wood block, okay, like that, so you don't punch a hole in the oil pan. And what you need to do, you need to jack it up, and you will feel it coming out of there, but it will still not go. As you can see, we have quite a bit of room, but not enough to pull the mount out of there. So what we need to do now, we need to remove the brackets for the engine mounts. That's one of the easiest way to get it out without doing any more damages to the wires or hoses and anything like that. Okay, so right now we need this Torx E12, that's the reverse Torx, the star looking socket, as you can see like that. And we need this one to remove 4 bolts for the engine mount bracket right there. Okay, let me show you now. Okay, those right there. One on the top there, 2, 3, this one 4. But as you can see, the AC compressor, it's one of the bolts goes through the bracket mount, so we need to remove that bolt right here with the same socket as well. So all of them, 5 bolts we need to remove on this side. Okay, first one is right there. It's coming out like that. Okay, and next with that assembly right there again with that same socket, you can see the bolt for the AC compressor up there. Okay, like that. It's kind of like fishing, guys. You need to get the right angle. Okay, and you just take it off right there. It's limited room, guys, hard to show you, but the bolt is almost out, and I'll show you in a second. Okay, this is the bolt for the AC compressor. And all we got left is remove the other three right there. 1, 2, and the third one there. Okay guys, we removed all the bolts and now we're ready to slide it to the back, tilt it forward. Okay, and it will come out of the engine mount like that. And this is the engine mount, guys. Okay, very limited room, so it's not a fun part. The passenger side is really easy, but the driver side is not. And you can see this one fell apart, guys. So that's causing all the vibration. You can hear that clunk sound when you accelerate and your engine is moving a lot. Okay, and this is the engine mount bracket. And right here we forgot to mention about this bolt on the bottom. You can access it with the ratchet. It's like that, hidden a little bit. So altogether you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts here and one for the AC compressor right there. Okay, now the new engine mount, you need to see front. It says front right here, so you need to place it this way to the front of the vehicle, of course, because one side is a little bit shorter than the other one. So now you need to get it there, and then after you get it all the way inside, we need to put the engine mount bracket. One at a time, that's the easiest way to go, because that V8, that's limiting quite a bit of room. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and install the engine mount bracket, and now we need to get the engine mount bracket in the motor mount. So now I need to do both at the same time. Okay, you need to make sure that the bolt goes through the hole. Okay, you can see how we have it together there, and now you need to turn it and place it there on the motor. Okay guys, and all we need to do, just line up all the holes and get the engine mount in the 2 holes on the frame. Okay guys, as you can see, everything is ready. We installed the 5 bolts with that the torque C12 socket and the one on the air conditioner right there. And we left the nut, as you can see, that's where the nut and the bolt is for the engine mount. We're going to do that after we replace the one on the passenger side, because the engine is still up in the air. We still have the jack underneath the engine. So now we need to go to the passenger side, and as you can see, it's already up because we already removed the nut earlier. So now what we need to do, the engine bracket has 4 bolts with that E12. I have to show you guys, one there, and right here. So it should be only 4 of them. When we remove it, we'll be able to show you better and show you exactly where they are. Stay with us to see how we're going to do that. Alright guys, we got all 4 bolts loose. Now we're going to pull it out of there, and we're going to show you one of the bolts is actually longer than the other 3. So you lift it up and pull it out. But actually right there is one ground cable for it, so you won't be able to remove it without removing the ground cable. And this bolt right there, that's the long bolt on this one, on the bottom left side. Okay, those are the 4 bolts, and the left one, bottom left, is the longest one. And now you can just pull the engine mount out of there. Okay, that's the old one, almost falling apart, as you can see, and it's really hard, so you feel vibrations inside the car as well. Okay guys, and this is the new one. Again, front, it says on one of the sides, it says front, and we need to go ahead and install it right there again. Just make sure you don't mess up the front and back part. That's the only thing. Left and right mounts, they're the same. And now the only thing that we need to do is we need to install the bracket. You need to go in the hole of the engine mount and just install the 4 bolts now. Okay guys, we got the 4 bolts tightened here already, and now we're just going to let the engine down with the jack. As you can see, it goes perfect in the mount. And all we have to do right now, install the metal plate right here, the metal shield that prevents exhaust from heating up too much. And you need to put the washer and the nut on both sides and put everything back together. Thank you guys for watching us. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a like. Hopefully the video was helpful.